It's been over 45 years since Cree recording artist Ernest Monias released his first studio album. Discovered by Ray St. Germain, Monias released his first record that very same year, and then the two toured together, traveling by Twin Otter to perform in 36 remote communities. Now widely known as Elvis of the North, Monias has released countless albums and has shared the stage with the likes of CCR and Nazareth, all while selling vast numbers of records and inspiring generations. An inductee into the Manitoba Aboriginal Hall of Fame, Monias received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Indigenous Music Awards in 2019. He has been described by the Winnipeg Free Press as an elder of a different sort, a residential school survivor who plays a mean guitar, and has blazed a trail for future generations of Indigenous performers. David McLeod, NCI General Manager, once said of Ernest, "He's been a role model to the Aboriginal community, proving that a person from a northern res can have a dream of entering the music world and succeed." To hear David talk about Ernest is truly inspiring. In fact, why don't we just take a moment to do that right now? Take it away, David.
Pemichmaq Cree Nation's Ernest Monias is known as Elvis of the North. He picked up a guitar at the age of 13 and was in a choir at residential school. He fronted his first band as a teenager, the Sons of Manitou. Ernest brought a phrasing and Cree accent to his sound that immediately captured fans. In 1979, he released his first self-titled album, Ernest Monias. The album contained some of his biggest hits. They included If I Wanted You Girl, Stay a While, Forever's a Long Time, and Say You Love Me. His catalog of music has 18 albums that include rock, country, gospel, and even a Christmas album. His Tormented Soul single appeared on the Grammy-nominated Native North American compilation. He's performed with country music legend George Jones. Ernest, you are a national inspiration within thousands of Indigenous communities and generations of Indigenous musicians. Chi-miigwech for all you've done and all you still have to do.
In many ways, Monias helped forge a path for the artists who would follow. Truly an inspiration and one of the first names I heard out there, says William Prince, the Juno Award-winning singer-songwriter from Peguis First Nation. I think of Seaweed, Eagle and Hawk, and Ernest Monias when I think of country music and rock and roll that was the Indigenous scene and that was felt and heard at the Peguis First Nation. He's definitely the backbone of the legends for sure. Speaking of legends, in 1987, Monias returned home to Cross Lake to play a show with George Jones. While Monias built his career like many country artists, singing about loves and lost loves, it was a tune with a political focus that sparked a revival, which led to many new fans discovering his work. Tormented Soul takes him back to Cross Lake, where Monias laments the damage to the nearby land caused by hydroelectric dam projects. Before, it was all nice, pristine water. You could see the bottom of the rivers, Monias said. We don't have that anymore. This way of thinking was instilled in Ernest at a very young age, he says. My grandmother said, obviously you're going to be a singer, but remember, you don't only sing these crazy songs. Consider where your life is coming from, the creator, and singing gospels too. So I did that. I actually listened to her. The song was included on the influential Native North America Volume 1, a compilation of Indigenous artists compiled by producer and musicologist Kevin Howes, and which earned a Grammy Award nomination for Best Historical Album in 2015. Admiration for Monias spans generations, but the King of the North notes that the crown can be a heavy load. He jokes, people walking up to me wanting this and that. Selfies, man. I can't even go to Polo Park. Offstage, Ernest is soft-spoken and modest. He says that a driving force in his career was his disdain for hearing the constant negative judgments towards Indigenous people and never having many Indigenous musicians to look up to. That set me on a course to do music, he says, to do just as good as our counterparts. That's what gives me the drive. If you have a dream, says Ernest, follow it and you'll get there.
Hi, Ernest. This is Kevin Howes, and it's hard to believe that it's been decades since I first found your 1979 self-titled album made in collaboration with the likes of the late, great Ray St. Germain. I've heard you be described as the Elvis of the North, but to me, you're simply a legend. Tormented Soul touched my soul, and it was such an honor to have you with your musical peers featured on Native North America at the Trinity St. Paul's gathering in 2017. I'd like to thank Dave McLeod for helping facilitate that travel and journey. I know there's much more ahead for you, but I'm here to wish you all the best as a Heritage Award recipient at Breakout West this year, 2025. Sending you all the best, Ernest, and we hope to see you again down the road.
The Western Canadian Music Awards are honored to present the 2025 Heritage Award to Ernest Monias, the Elvis of the North. No selfies, please.